You know, for almost a decade now, we've all been a little bit lost in the wild, spooky mysteries of Hawkins, Indiana. But now, well, the final chapter is finally on the horizon. So today, we're gonna break down everything we know about the epic conclusion to Stranger Things, from these world-ending threats all the way down to the final, personal fate of our favorite heroes.
From the very beginning, this show has been built on secrets, right? You've got the lab, the Upside Down, Eleven's past. It's all one giant puzzle. And it looks like the final season is promising the biggest reveal of them all. When this story finally ends, we're told one last massive secret is going to be unveiled. The real question is, what on earth could it be?
So let's start with the sheer scale of the conflict. Because as bad as things have gotten in Hawkins, and believe me, they've gotten bad, the final season is going so much bigger. The stakes, they aren't just personal anymore, they're planetary.
I mean, just think about how methodically the show has built to this moment. It all started with just one monster, right? The Demogorgon. A scary but local menace. Then, boom, it escalated to the Mind Flayer, which threatened the entire town. Season 4 gave us Vecna, a villain who was all about psychological warfare. The progression here is crystal clear. The only place left to go is global. This is not just about saving Hawkins anymore, it's about saving everything.
And that's exactly why this finale is shaping up to be this grand convergence. Every single piece of lore we've been collecting, Vecna's origin story, the deep, dark secrets of the lab, even those mysterious time doors, it's all finally being woven together for one massive, final showdown. It really feels like nothing was ever a coincidence. It was all leading here.
But let's be real, world-ending threats only matter because of the people they affect. So what about the characters we've all grown to love so much? Is their final fate going to be one of hope, or are we in for some serious heartbreak?
The writers are walking a serious emotional tightrope here. On one side, you've got the hope for these really satisfying conclusions. You know, Eleven finally mastering her powers for good, the group finding some kind of peace after all this trauma. But on the other side, we're being told to brace for tragedy. The real emotional gut punch could come from some major character deaths, or maybe those bittersweet sacrifices that save the world, but absolutely break our hearts in the process. Okay. So as these final battle lines are drawn, trust becomes the most valuable and probably the most fragile thing they have. And that brings us to the potential for some truly shocking shifts in loyalty.
Now this is where it gets really unsettling. The source material is hinting that a trusted character, someone we'd never expect, might betray the group. Or, on the flip side, a totally unexpected hero could emerge. This just forces us to question everyone. Who could possibly turn at the final hour? And who might rise to the occasion? All of a sudden, the character dynamics feel completely up in the air.
Now, let's talk about the place where it all began, the Upside Down. Because in this final season, it's not going to be that static, dark reflection of Hawkins that we remember. Oh no, it's evolving. It's fighting back. The Upside Down is being reframed not as a setting, but as an active antagonist. Just let that sink in for a second. It's not just a dark mirror world, it's a living, expanding entity that is actively fighting back against our world. It has a will, it has a purpose, and that is terrifying.
So if the Upside Down is an active antagonist, what does that actually look like? Well, it means we should probably expect to see things that are truly alien. Environments that completely defy the laws of physics as we know them, and maybe even creatures that could make Vecna look tame by comparison. The barrier between worlds is collapsing, and it feels like all hell is about to break loose right along with it.
With all these incredible moving pieces, it's so easy to just focus on the plot. But the show's creators, the Duffer Brothers, they're thinking about something much, much bigger. The show's actual place in history.
See, this finale really has two jobs. The first job, obviously, is to conclude the story of Eleven and her friends. But the second, and maybe even more important job, is to cement the legacy of Stranger Things as a true cultural phenomenon. The creators know that how this series ends is going to define how it's remembered for decades to come. No pressure, right?
So what this means, they're going to be rewarding us, the longtime fans. We should be on the lookout for everything. Hidden references to past seasons, scenes that visually mirror iconic moments like the bike rides, cryptic dialogue, and hey, maybe even some cameos from characters we all thought were long gone. Every single frame is going to be packed with meaning. When you put all of this together, what it all points to is that the final season isn't just another batch of episodes. It is being designed from the ground up to be a culminating cultural event.
A moment that's meant to be dissected and debated and remembered for years and years to come.
Which, brings us right back to where we started. With so much history behind us, so many wild theories, and so much at stake, it really all comes down to one final question for you. With everything on the line, what is the one mystery, the one burning question that you absolutely need to see solved before those credits roll for the very last time?